So earlier today, thousands of people were injured and 9 people lost their lives because an electronic device exploded. This is a cause of a cyber attack. Now today I want to break down what went on, where this occurred, why it happened, but also address one of the biggest questions many of you have asked is, are our cell phones now causing a danger to us? Are they posing a massive risk? Well, we're going to address that in just a moment, explain what is going on, why this could or could not happen to us here in the United States regarding our cell phones. But I'm going to break this down in just a moment. So all I ask is one thing, takes 2 seconds, go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates, and now let's begin. So a lot of people are extremely worried because they all have a cell phone or multiple cell phones. Should we be concerned because of our cell phones? Well, let's get right down to the facts and what actually happened today. I want to play this clip for you. It's a short 5-second clip, but this just shows what happened. This was over, again, it's a conflict between Israel and Lebanon. Look what happened. Let me play this. So you see right there, in the guy's pocket, and I'll play it again, in his pocket, a pager exploded. Again, let me show you. You can see right there in his bag, it exploded. That is what happened. But how did this all happen? Well, let's look at this. It says Hezbollah hit by a wave of exploding pagers in Lebanon and Syria. At least 9 dead, hundreds injured. The last report that I read, thousands of people have been injured. Again, let's read it. It says thousands of Hezbollah fighters injured in Lebanon when their new pagers all simultaneously explode, causing horrifying wounds to their groins and hands. Now, why is this happening? Well, in order to understand why this is happening, you need to really understand what's going on over in the Middle East. Now, I've talked about that multiple times here on this channel. We're not going to dive into that today, but just understand tensions have increased. There was a recent cyber attack that caused this as the retaliation. But why are these people using pagers? Why wouldn't you just use the trusty old cell phone? Well, let's read it. It says, why are Hezbollah members using pagers? It says Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah in July asked residents of South Lebanon to stop using mobile devices and CCTV, saying Israeli intelligence services could hack the technology and track the location of users. It is thought the Lebanese group's use of pagers was an attempt to limit communication that could be exploited by Israel. It says the detonations occurred shortly after Israel's Shin Bet security service announced it had foiled a Hezbollah plot to assassinate an Israeli former security official using a remote detonated bomb. It says Lebanon's state-run national news agency said, and I quote, the handheld pagers had been detonated using advanced technology. It says Iran's IRIB called the incident a cyber attack, while Hezbollah said they were simultaneous explosions and the group was carrying out an investigation. It goes on to say a number of message receiving devices known as pagers and carried by a number of people in various Hezbollah units and institutions exploded. The component agencies within Hezbollah are currently conducting a wide-ranging security and scientific investigation to find out the reasons. Okay. Now, what's going on over there? Could it happen here in the United States? The answer is yes, it could. Could they attack your cell phone? Yes, they could. According to reports, according to experts, this is how it would happen. They say to understand better if your cell phone is a risk to you, you need to understand how the cell phone works. Now, there have been multiple reports of people having their cell phone just explode, whether it's in their pocket, in their hand, charging on a nightstand, right, a desk, somewhere. Here's what they say. An overworked processor will cause a cell phone to overheat, or if it's just out in the sun, it will overheat as well. It says, and if a phone is charging, components can be affected, causing more electricity to enter the phone, causing the battery to overheat, eventually swell, and then explode. So, could a cell phone be pretty much hacked? The answer is yes. But it would take more to get a cell phone to explode. Now, again, I don't know what was in these pagers. Again, this is older technology. But again, if it can happen, right? If we can see it in a pager, it can happen in a cell phone. Okay? It can happen with a television, right? It can happen with a computer, a laptop, a desktop computer. This can happen in many different ways. Again, if a device is overworked, this is where we see it usually explode. Now, the big question that I've been getting from a lot of people is, are we going to see this hit the US? Now, could it happen with cell phones? Yes. Will it happen in the United States? I don't know for sure. And the reason I say this is because the United States and our officials have been very clear. An attack on a US person, okay, US citizen, somebody inside the United States, or an attack on US soil will likely cause a response. And it will not be a response in kind. It will not be very similar. We would escalate the tensions, escalate the situation, and we would come down on whoever was to do this. With that said, is Russia going to do this? I don't know. Okay? I honestly don't know. I wish I could give you more, a better answer, more of a response, but again, we just don't know. The concern that we've been told for multiple years, really decades, is that there have been people trying to burrow their way inside of our infrastructure, get inside of our government officials that may have been in positions of power for years or decades, but they're just waiting for the right time to strike. That's what we continue to hear. Even the FBI and Homeland Security said recently that tensions have never been higher. This is one of the reasons why we need to stay vigilant. And if we see something, say something. Because right now, the United States is primed for an attack. That's what experts are saying. Now, I don't know for sure. Again, I'm not a government official. I'm not in the military. Okay? I'm just a guy on YouTube. But understand that the U.S. has never been, at this point, has never had more tensions towards us. We've never had more issues across the world than we do right now. And that's one of the reasons why experts are saying that the United States is primed for an attack. Not because, we got an election coming up. That just, escalates the situation. Just contributes to all the tensions that we currently have going on. But just keep that in mind as we move forward. What we just saw today, this attack, these cell phones or these pagers exploding in the hands and pockets of people over in the Middle East, this could just be the beginning. This could just be a taste of what we see coming. So again, if you're worried about your cell phone, well, you probably should be, because according to experts that yes, cell phones can be hacked. Now, would it be easy for a cell phone to explode? No, it wouldn't. But again, have we seen this before? No. This is why this is all new territory, and when or if it does happen, that will likely be the first of many. So, as we get more information on this, I promise I will bring you all the latest news and updates, but as of today, that is what we know. So again, thank you guys for watching, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.